Because everyone will be doing it, and that's the kind of world we're heading towards. Like, if you haven't got a smartphone now, you look at the one who's nuts. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, why have you got a phone? It's normal to have it now. Everyone's got one. It's the same way it's going to be with a chip. It's going to make more sense. It's going to make more sense, and it's going to be designed to make more sense that you have it. Trading and all that kind of stuff, and buying stuff, like I said, with the contact list, it's not going to be that anymore. People are going to look at you like, what the fuck? You have an iPhone. There's going to come a time in the future where you've got the latest iPhone, and people are going to be like, what the fuck you got that for? Why are you carrying that around? Like, you've got to press buttons, you've got to fucking, hold it up to your ear, you've got to plug this in, you've got to charge it. Like, that's long. Why are you still using that? That's what it's going to be in the future. Trust me. I was talking about that. And I'm really looking forward to listening to that back and putting that up, because I think that's some really interesting shit. People are looking at now and themselves, and maybe you wouldn't take it now if it's offered to you, but your great, or even great will definitely take it, because they're going to be living in that world. Our grandparents didn't really live in a world where you couldn't pay cash on the bus, but we're in that world now. You can't do that in London. And other parts as well, which I recently learned. You can't physically pay cash on the bus. You have to have an oyster. No, you can't. You cannot get on the bus with your fiver or your 50 pence or your £2, whatever it is, and give it to the driver. You can't do that anymore. You have to have a card. That's where we're at now. When our kids come along, it'll be normal to have a chip. Like, for example, look at another thing we spoke about yesterday was contraception, like the implant that women have. Stops you from having a baby. That's already a chip. That's a chip. That's a chip that has information that does the job, right? It's for a purpose, and it's easier. You don't have to remember to take your pill every day, whatever. You don't have to think about it. It's already done. You don't have to do anything. Once that implant's in you, you don't have to do anything at all. It's there. Because you go, because I don't know if your girl's on contraception or whatever, but you know how it works with the pill and stuff, and you have to remember to take it. You can forget, and then next thing that you know, you're pregnant. So it's presented as a convenience to have this thing in your arm. You don't even have to go get that chip in your arm. I call it a chip because it really is. It's an implant in your arm, and you don't have to think about it anymore. That's convenient. You can have sex, live your life, do what you want to do. You don't have to remember to take this pill every morning before you go to work or whatever. You don't have to run and get the morning after. You don't have to worry about it. It's just taken care of in one go. For I don't know how long it lasts. It lasts quite a while. So that's convenient, and that's been sold to people, and they take it. Everyone wants convenience. They want things now. That's the world we live in. You can order online. You get it now. You get your Uber, pick you up, or whatever. It's all convenience. It's a world based on convenience. Emails, all of it. Everything you look at is based on convenience and saving time. And that's the same thing that's going to be in the future. It's going to be worse. It's going to get faster, and people are going to want things quicker, and it's going to be seen more convenient to have this chip on you at all times than it would to have a credit card in your wallet, in your pocket. That's where we're going. Imagine when it's presented in the future that you don't actually have to, people say that, I don't need that, it's all on my phone, I don't need that, it's all on my phone, it's on my cell phone, whether it's your cinema ticket, whether it's your details for your passport, whatever it is, it's all on there, isn't it? You can scan and do all this stuff with your phone, like boarding pass, when I fly, I use my boarding pass on my phone, I don't need all that, I don't need to print it out and all that stuff. So imagine a world in the future, this is the future now, it's look at where we were 50 years ago to where we are now, where we're going to go in the next 50. Imagine when you don't have to charge and carry that phone around. You don't have to think about a cell phone. You don't have to have everything in your ears. You don't have to charge it up. You don't have to dial numbers and get, all that stuff that you do when you're touching it and swiping here and swiping there. Imagine when you don't have to do that. The convenience of not having to do that. You're going to be like, well, that sounds all right. You know what I mean? Look at now with sat-nav and all that kind of stuff. Compared to back in the day with A to Z. You had to look at the names of the roads. You had to look at the third turning on the left by the roundabout. You had to physically look at those streets, and you were using your brain more. You were using your brain. You had to remember, okay, third road on the left. It's on, okay, Mark House Road or whatever it might be, what it's called. So you knew the names. You knew it was the third one. You knew it was by the roundabout. So you had more information in your head. But now you don't have that. Now you've just basically got someone telling you everything. Telling you where to turn, telling you what's the next turning and where to go and turn right. You don't have to do any of that. So that part of your brain you're not using either. That pretty much goes for everything, like remembering phone numbers and, where you need to go and all that kind of stuff. You'd have written it down or you would have had it in your head, or both. Now, there's a device telling you everything. You'd have had to go in a dictionary and find that word, and if you did it enough times, you would have learnt the word, you'd have learnt how to spell it, you'd know what it means, and, your brain's working. Now, you say it into the phone and it tells you, and you write it down, you don't even remember it again, what you did. It's the next time you do it, you probably have to say it again to get that word, and the spelling and all that stuff. Because you're not writing it, that's an interesting word as well, smart. We're using smart devices while we're becoming dumb. The device now has all the knowledge and information. So for us to get smart or, get that intelligence, we have to go to that artificial intelligence. You spoke about the writing. Like, that's just one thing. So imagine all the other stuff that you're not using. Eyesight's getting fucked up in the whole process as well, because you're constantly staring at this screen, this artificial light constantly. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Like, I laugh every time I hear the little story about when they give the baby a picture, and the baby was trying to swipe the picture, because that's the world it was born into. So everyone's swiping, swipe, 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 swipe. So you give it like something that you can't swipe, and it's trying to swipe it, because that's how it's used to seeing that information. If you call everything you see on the screen information, including pictures, it's information, isn't it? It's information inside of a device, right? That's how we see things, the imagery. It's all information and numbers and stuff that make that up, right? And pixels and all that kind of stuff. So they've come into a world where they're seeing that information in a digital form, whereas we used to look at a photo album, it was paper, right? So they're born into a world where it's normal to swipe everything. They're probably less used to seeing a hard copy picture than they are seeing it on the screen. So it makes sense that they would try to swipe it. Crazy and quite sad as well at the same time. That's kind of where we're going. So that's why I said when that child grows up, by the time they get there, it's not going to be that far-fetched to have something implanted inside you. In fact, just alone from like the oyster thing, the simple fact that you can't get on the bus without it, that's a rule now. That's like you don't have a choice in it. So what happens when you don't have a choice to buy anything in the shop without a chip? What about when you can't use cash in a shop anymore? Like they just stop using cash. You have to have a contact list. You have to have a credit card. You have to tap.
Stop what you're doing and listen.